and welcome to the eFresh.com news. My name is Kim and these are today's headlines. Flour market thorny, trade director says. Beef emerging as hot trade issue again. Dairy conversions dip as more farms go on market. Uruguayan farms produce caviar. Bad weather, a strong euro, and a bad economy stink for the flour trade. The Netherlands is the world's main platform for the flour trade, but information released this week indicates a substantial drop in product turnover. More flours are sold when the weather is good and on holidays such as Mother's Day, but turnover is also determined by the export market. According to Robert Rodenberg, director of the Association of Wholesale Trade in Horticultural Products, the Russian ruble, the British pound, and the US dollar have decreased substantially in value compared to the euro. So flours have become much more expensive in these countries and demand is failing. The result will inevitably be a loss of employment, Rodenberg said. The still sensitive issue of meat imports is slowly creeping up again in South Korea. This time the opponent is Canada. Canada Agriculture Minister Jerry Ritz issued an ultimatum to South Korea to either agree on a timeline for reopening the domestic market to Canadian beef or face a potential trade action. During his meeting with the South Korean Trade Minister Kim Young-hoon and Agriculture Minister Chang Tae-pyong in Seoul, Ritz said Korea has until the end of March to set a timeline in resuming imports again, preferably by the first half of this year. South Korea placed a ban on beef from Canada since May 2003, when a case of mad cow disease was discovered in the country. Seoul and Ottawa were in talks last year to lift the import ban, but the 15th case of mad cow disease reported in Canada in November interrupted progress. In New Zealand, the number of dairy conversions confirmed this year has dropped about 28.5% on last season, on the back of a reduced payout forecast and an increase in existing dairy farms going on the market. A total of 105 consents were lodged for the season, and 50 have been confirmed, 20 fewer than the previous year. Fonterra General Manager of Commercial Milk Supply, Jason Minkhorst, said there was a potential for a late surge, but traditionally, 80 to 90% of dairy conversions were confirmed by this time of year. The number was slightly down on what Fonterra had predicted during a forecast last month. According to Minkhorst, the number of conversions had been unusually high last season, but about 10% of the drop could be attributed to farmers postponing conversions in light of the reduced dairy payout forecast. Uruguay, known for its beef and beaches, is now exporting caviar. These high-class fish eggs are being produced at a sturgeon farm along the banks of the Rio Negro in central Uruguay by a family-owned company called Estoriones del Rio Negro. In 1995, the fish farm imported 300,000 fertilized Osetra sturgeon eggs from Russia. By the year 2000, the farm had produced its first caviar harvest, which weighed in at about 110 pounds. Estoriones del Rio Negro now has about 250,000 to 300,000 sturgeons and expects to produce 4 tons of caviar in 2009, doubling last year's harvest. The company, which has invested about $15 million in the project since 1992, said it could expand its annual production to as much as 10 tons in several years, but is cautious about growing too fast. Thanks for watching the eFresh.com news. See you next time.